So, have you all understood what we have done till now? In what happens in the heart? Can somebody sum it up, or shall I sum it up for you again once more so that you remember it? So, you all have seen the diagram of the heart, all of you. Yeah, you understood how the heart is working. What is the function of the heart? The main function of the heart is to pump blood. And what is the structure of the heart? The most important thing is the structure of the heart. It is having four chambers. It is a muscular organ which is as big as a fist. Because both oxygen and carbon dioxide has to be transported, the heart has different chambers to prevent the oxygen rich blood from mixing with the blood containing carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide rich blood has to reach the lungs for carbon dioxide to be removed, and the oxygenated blood from the lungs has to be brought back to the heart. This oxygen rich blood is then pumped to the rest of the body. Okay, so as you can see in this picture, there are the two halves in which the heart is divided, the left and the right. The left and the right. The blood enters the left right hand side from the different parts of the body via the superior vena cava and the inferior vena cava into the heart in the right atrium. Here it is collected. Then the same blood is then passed on from here to the right ventricle, from where it is further pushed towards the lungs via the pulmonary artery. Why does it go to the lungs? For the carbon dioxide rich blood to be exchanged for the oxygen rich blood. So that will take place in the process of breathing, exhalation and inhalation in the lungs. And that will collect the oxygen rich blood, which will be then passed on to the heart via the pulmonary vein into the left atrium. This is the third chamber. From here to the fourth chamber, that is the left ventricle. And from here it is pumped up towards the aorta, and from there out to the different parts of the body. In this whole process, it will take less than 1 second. That is almost 0.8 seconds. In 0.8 seconds, the whole process is done. The blood is collected over here. Okay, that is the first phase. Then it is sent over here. And when it is pumped up, that is the second phase. Then a pause. Then it is gushing back towards when it relaxes. When the right ventricle relaxes, this again opens up, and again it will push all the blood inside. That is the time it takes to complete this process, and that is the sound you will hear of your heart, the heartbeat, dhak dhak. Okay? And that process will help giving the blood to the different organs of the body. The heart does not purify the blood, it pumps the blood. Purification is done by the lungs. Heart is the main pumping organ of the body, and it is the most important because it functions continuously without stopping, and all these valves are very important in this process. How are they important? They avoid the backflow of the blood. Once it has come here, it does not allow it to go back. It just allows to go in the right direction wherever it is supposed to go. So it is in such a form that it does not allow the backflow of the blood from here back towards this side. You will also observe that the walls of the upper area, this upper area is the atrium, is thin walled, and the lower area, that is the ventricle, is the thick walled. The thin wall of the atrium as compared to the thick wall of the ventricle. Why? because the ventricles have to pump the blood harder so that they push the blood upwards. And since they pump the blood into various organs, they have thicker muscular walls than the atria do. Valves ensure that the blood does not flow backwards when the atria or the ventricles contract. They will not allow it to go backwards. Wherever they are, it will go in the forward direction. So we can follow this process step by step. Oxygen-rich blood from the lungs come to the thin walled upper chamber of the heart on the left atrium. The left atrium relaxes when it is collecting this blood. It then contracts while the next chamber, the left ventricle, expands so that the blood is transferred to it. When the muscular left ventricle contracts in its turn, the blood is pumped out to the body. Deoxygenated blood comes from the blood to the upper chamber on the right. The right atrium, as it expands, as the right atrium contracts, the corresponding lower chamber, the right ventricle, dilates. This transfers blood to the right ventricle, which in turn pumps to the lungs for oxygenation. Since ventricles have to pump blood, they have thicker muscular walls. Valves ensure that blood does not flow backwards from the atria or ventricles contract. The separation of the right side and the left side of the heart is useful to keep the oxygenated and the deoxygenated blood from mixing. Such separation allows a highly efficient supply of oxygen to the blood. This is useful in animals that have high energy needs, such as birds and mammals, which constantly use energy to maintain their body temperature. In animals that do not use energy for this purpose, the body temperature depends on the temperature of the environment. Okay, so such animals will not have a warm blood. They will be the temperature of the environment. Such animals like amphibians or many reptiles have three-chambered hearts and tolerate some mixing of the oxygenated and deoxygenated blood streams. Fishes, on the other hand, they have only two chambers in their heart, and the blood is pumped to the gills, is oxygenated there, and passes directly to the rest of the body. Thus, blood goes only once through the heart in the fish during one cycle of passage through the body. On the other hand, it goes through the heart twice during each cycle in other vertebrates. This is known as double circulation. In all the other vertebrates, it goes two times, but in fish, it goes only one time. The next information is about blood pressure. The force that blood exerts against the wall of a vessel is called blood pressure. जो force से वो blood को push करता है या पहुंचाता है, that force of that particular vein is called as blood pressure. Blood vessel की जो wall पे पहुंचता है blood, that force is called as blood pressure. This pressure is much greater in arteries than in veins. The pressure of the blood inside the artery during ventricular systole contraction is called systolic pressure, and the pressure in artery during diastole, that is relaxation, is called diastolic pressure. The normal systolic pressure is 120 and diastolic pressure is 80. When it is relaxed state, it is 80. When it is pushing, that time it is 120. So that is the normal range of BP, 120 by 80. Blood pressure is measured with an instrument which is called as, I just told you, sphygmomanometer. High blood pressure is called hypertension and is caused by the constriction of arterioles. Which results in increased resistance to blood flow. It can lead to the rupture of an artery and also internal bleeding. That's why hypertension is not good for health. We also discussed about how there are the different tubes or the blood vessels in the human body, which helps the supply of the blood away from the heart or towards the heart. These are the arteries and veins. So arteries will carry the blood away from the heart to various organs of the body. Okay. And veins will collect the blood from different organs and bring it back to the heart. This is the main difference between arteries and veins. So arteries are vessels which carry blood away from the heart to various organs of the body. Since the blood emerges from the heart under high pressure, the arteries have thick elastic walls. Veins collect the blood from different organs and bring it back to the heart. They do not need thick walls because the blood is no longer under pressure. Instead, they have valves that ensure the blood flows only in one direction. On reaching an organ or tissue, the artery divides into smaller and smaller vessels to bring the blood in contact with all the individual cells, and the smallest vessels have walls which are 1 cell thick and are called as capillaries. Exchange of material between the blood and surrounding cells takes place across this thin wall. The capillaries join together to form veins and convey the blood away from the organ or the tissue. Are you getting it? No queries? I'm going to explain this on the board again for you all, but still, if you have any queries, please ask me. We will be just taking a short break and I'll send you the meeting ID again. So we stop over here.